right? Like, basically, if your clicking is good, we could focus on the next thing,
Okay.
which would
Step
be,
4?
like, yeah, which would be information gathering. Okay, like using map, F keys if you want to. I think F keys aren't too important myself. As long as you get the information that's important, that's good enough. But
I want to practice using F keys ideally.
mhm. Yeah, I think F keys are a very efficient way towards getting to that point, but I think it's not necessary. Like early laning here, you do a fourth auto attack on the wave, like in a small bit. I'm not sure why you did this fourth auto attack.
I did it because I wanted to stagger. You see those two minions that are dying? I didn't
Oh,
want them to
okay,
die
okay.
at the same time, so I
Yeah,
wanted to
understandable.
stagger them.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, like four auto attacks. I'm not sure if you've like looked into this, but basically, two or three auto attacks to get you through wave crash, and three or four auto attacks gets you gets you the awkward crash, or in better words, forces you into two wave crash if you want to play correctly. Yeah.
I've seen like VODs. I think it was both Apto and Showmaker when they did this. They did three autos, but they did it all in the same minion.
Right.
So
I think three autos on the same minion gets you two wave crash.
okay.
I'm
It's
not.
just that
Yeah.
sometimes it's awkward. I should just do the wave pull again. I've been forgetting about that because that actually staggers the minions
Yeah,
deaths,
that works as well.
which is what I want.
Yeah.
Because the awkward part is that sometimes they die at the same time, and it's like I have to
Hmm.
choose between autoing or then sometimes queuing and then messing up both or either one.
Yeah, here, there was like a lot of indecisiveness here.
Yeah, I didn't know whether to like ward or harass.
Yeah, if we like look back towards like earlier parts of lane, we see that Riven is here, and we see that enemy bot lane is late, right? And Riven was
I
always there.
think if I was playing on my own, I would have just harassed in her tower.
Yeah, that's fine. And we can just think to ourselves like, who's enemy jungler again?
It was
Rek'Sai.
Rek'Sai.
Rek'Sai is starting here, right? So we're gonna automatically play on this side. It's not something we're doing, but that's fine. It's also like as you said, playing on autopilot a bit, not focus at all. So that
Yeah.
happens. And this is not the exact moment where it truly matters. But like realistically, Rek'Sai could be like somewhere here. And then it
But it's
gets
always better. But it's always a good habit to go on the top side because level 2 cheese, right?
yeah. Or on the opposite side of where the enemy jungler starts,
Okay.
right? And
You almost
because
never start blue side though.
yeah, it's super
Or
rare,
at least for blue side. Okay, yeah.
right? So we should stand this side, or this is our preferred side for sure, because it avoids anything that this Rek'Sai does. So once we get this
What about
second, yeah,
yeah.
go
No,
ahead.
no, continue. What about playing on blue side? Because they could start either or,
Same
right?
thing, same thing.
Or do they always start? They still always start bot side? Okay.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing. Junglers prefer to start with their bot lane because they get a better leash, and it feels like they harm their laner less. Like if they do it for top lane, the top laner has to stay for quite a while, and then he's stuck in this 1v1 where he's kind of behind. So most junglers starts with their bot lane, but
Okay.
just look at the minimap. Like, basically, like Uh, right now you see like this is the easiest thing ever. You see Riven here, so
Yeah.
Riven's never ever leashing on her buff, never.
Okay.
Right? This is the
Should
super
I
obvious one.
should I be should I
Should
be
I?
doing anything with level 1 wards? Because sometimes something I've been doing
No,
because I'm Ori, I can check brushes and then just drop a ward like 110 at their red.
no, I don't think that's too necessary. I think that
Okay.
doesn't give you amazing information that you can't like. I don't think that word gives you bonus information at all. Even like even right now, let's say you don't see Riven. Let's say you don't see Riven at all. We'll look at
Yeah.
bot lane, right? Where's the enemy bot lane right now? You see Annie?
Yeah.
You see Annie, right? Like, Annie's gonna arrive now, and the enemy bot lane's gonna arrive now as well. This means they leashed, right?
Okay.
If enemy bot lane leashed, then what does that mean for enemy jungler? Starts red.
Oh, I never thought about that.
Never. Okay, that's fine. But it is like kind of easy in a way, right? Like just in the beginning, you just look map and you see okay, and like they did arrive like very late, but you see it in the extreme beginning as well. Like this case is a bit weird because Riven like cheesed it, but let's say you see no one on the map, you'll just look at top and bot when the waves like crash into each other, just kind of glance on the minimap. If you see like two people here and no people here, then you know he's starting bot. If you see no enemy here, then you know he's starting top.
Okay.
It's like this is why those words don't really matter that much because you kind of already know just from the basic information.
I see, I see. The thing I was worried about was if I'm blue side, if I hug top side and they get level 2 cheesed because they started red with that
Yeah,
intention.
like what I said is not hug top side. What I said was find out where the enemy jungler started and hug the opposite side.
Okay.
So right now we're
And
hugging the side where the enemy jungler started, so that's bad.
would I be looking at the minimap during these like moments between the minions dying, or should I be doing it while I'm autoing,
You
or
can do both.
both?
Both.
Okay.
Like we'll get into like the minimap stuff later. Like in general, we just want you like that's kind of the next step, right? Like
Yeah.
getting more aware about everything that's going on and consistently getting in information that you can like that you want to use or want to like would need for to make like certain decisions. And
Okay.
a huge thing of this is being able to look at the minimap consistently. And there's a lot of ways of improving this. Like you can go there's like these YouTube videos where it's like every X seconds they say map or you hear this noise or a gong or whatever or a metronome. Like there's so many different ways where every 4 or 5 seconds you just hear this thing, you force yourself to look at minimap. Another option is every time you go for a CS, you look at minimap. Every time your champion's in an auto attack animation, you look at minimap. Like there's a lot of things you can do to improve this. It's not as like I personally think the YouTube videos are generally found to be the best in terms of just, like forcing yourself to look at the minimap every like 3 to 5 seconds. There's a lot of videos like those, so those tend to be really good. Um,
Okay.
in the beginning of the game, you can kind of just see like, okay, he's starting bot lane right now. Like you can even kind of see this with your peripheral vision, like right here. As long as your eyes aren't eyeing on this, like as long as your eyes are kind of here and your peripheral vision, you can see if you like half look at the minimap at times, you can see just like random people like popping up, and the popping
I
up
see.
means that they're leashing. So now we want to stand here because enemy jungler is scary. Even if he doesn't go for like a level 2 cheese. Mm. Let's say he's on Raptors right now, which is very possible, or he's doing golems. Something we can do because we know he started bot side right now. We can just ward in Raptor pit, right?
Right now? Okay.
Yeah. So like it's like we know that Rek'Sai started this, and he's either gonna go here, or he's gonna go here, or he's gonna like skip everything and go here. The last is very uncommon, especially when his top is going down,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And then there's some times where they go this side, but that's super rare. So after
Do I
this crash, if we like ward here right now, we kind of know everything we need to know.
can't I just put my ball there and get that information?
Yeah, it's also possible. Um, the reason why ward would be better is because you can still poke with Q, pretty much. It allows you like going for this ward allows you to do both. Like earlier, like here you were debating between like moving away entirely and warding somewhere here, or staying in lane and poking.
Yeah.
Doing this ward gives you the information you need to decide if you can stay to poke.
Okay.
Like, if you see Rek'Sai doing this camp, or if you see this camp gone, you know Rek'Sai is topside jungle at that point, right? Is that understandable?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So, before all this, do you think I still need to like be conscious about clicking or like work on it? If I am I
Um,
clicking with intents or
yeah, I think your clicking so far has been very good. I think your clicking is very solid. Like you can infinitely refine stuff, obviously, but I think it shouldn't need to be your like entire focus.
okay.
Your clicking has been very decent. Like there's some off clicks, obviously, but every click you do like makes sense. Like these are like all these clicks here are kind of strange, but that's also because you were confused with what I told you as well.
Yeah.
Like I'm not sure where you're like looking to ward right now. It almost seems like you're playing blue side and want to ward here somewhere. Um, hmm. But yeah, like I don't think wards, like the only ward I could think of that makes some sense might be this bush or this bush. Those two make some sense. But I think even that's not amazing. That's why I mentioned like you can kind of just ward here and just keep poking because then you have enough information. If this camp is either gone or a Rek'Sai is on it, he's gonna go here, and after that he's gonna like clear topside jungle, and he's either gonna try to go mid from there or he's gonna reset, right? And if
So
he
it doesn't even yeah.
yeah, if he like tries to come from here, the only thing you need to do is just play this side and you're safe.
What if it's still up? It means he's topside?
If it's still up,
It means he's topside or he just or
if
yeah,
it's
it has to
still
mean he's topside.
yeah, then 90% of the time he's topside, 10% of the time he's doing golems.
Okay.
But in general, like I mean, I think golems is probably more likely than topside. But yeah, in that case, it's a bit weird. But most
But
like Rek'Sais don't go golems
wait,
after. Yeah.
so when I ward that, basically no matter what I get from the ward, he's topside, right?
No, no. And
What
also,
scenarios? Only when he's clearing it or what?
um, no, if you ward this, you can also see Rek'Sai moving into here, like into mid lane.
Okay.
So that's different. And if you see it up, then he's gonna be on golems pretty much. Because skipping it on Rek'Sai doesn't make sense. Like it's bad. Skipping it
Okay.
on any jungler, it's kind of bad. There's like very
So if,
specific ones
so
that,
if it's
yeah,
so if it's up, he's bot side actually.
yeah. But he's really
Okay.
far away. Like if it's still up, then you kind of know, okay, I'm safe. Because like, or like basically, if it's still up, then it means that his route is um, red into golems, into either gank bot lane immediately, or going raptors and then you see him again.
Okay.
So like, if he's topside, that's completely fine for you. Just play like around this side of the map. If you went golems, you'll see him again. Either here or here on your ward.
Just feels a little wasteful to ward over the wall like that and only get vision of a small pocket as opposed to warding like a little deeper or
Yeah,
warding
I
on the
mean,
opposite side
so the
where he's
reason
gonna
why
be.
it's so strong. By the way, he went for a really strange route. Just looking at this, but like that, it's actually.
So he did skip Raptors.
I don't think he did. He might have when he like saw. No, I think he did Raptors or like red Raptors into like something topside and then saw the shit top like going on top lane and then just went top. But this was for sure
Okay.
like a really XD path for sure. Hmm. This is all good. Like here, she's like consistently clicking in with intent, right? Like, did you see that every time she CS'd, she like clicks in here?
I see.
You see it click in. It's like now your mouse should already kind of be here because she's clicking in. She does this like all the time, but like this is still a good trade for you. It's less good because you have ring and she has potion, but still fine.
Yeah, I would say this was kind of bad because I went through half my mana with that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you had like cookies, then it's probably less bad, but yeah. I can't remember what the runes are. Like I don't think it matters too much. So with domination secondary or
I went I go domination secondary
okay, okay.
for better sustain.
Yeah, it's good. And here we just kind of thin it because we don't want to allow Kiana to go for a reset. And then she runs bot lane for no reason, and I don't know why, but Nami and Zinza think that's the perfect time to go for a kill when you see someone like behind you. And then this was all fine. Like the main is kind of awkward, but still fine. Let's see. We can look at this. Was there some way we could know the Rek'Sai is here? I don't think so. It's kind of awkward. I think the mistake would be to like not use your pink here, but the flash was nice. So. Yeah, it was a good gank by Rek'Sai. There's also a bit of impatience, I guess, from us, because we like don't need to space around here when this wave is coming in. Like this pocket isn't very good. You can stand further, like
Yeah,
safer. Yeah.
yeah, I wasn't standing. I should have chosen a pocket, I guess, instead of standing in the middle.
Yeah, yeah. But I think even then, like similar thing will most likely happen. Yeah, here really unlucky. Like this is correct, like what we're doing here, because we're denying max minions from Kiana, and we wouldn't get a play, pretty much.
Okay.
We've denied like 2 entire minion waves from Kiana now, and then like at this point, I'm like, okay, we can kind of go there. But then like, I mean, I think actually your judgment was fine. But this is also like something you absolutely need to improve on. Like like while you're doing this, you should be clicking around here to see what the fuck's going on, because then you can like make a decision between like a proper decision between staying here and going there. Because now it's kind of
Okay.
random, right? Especially now we just turned 6.
Yeah.
And then if we saw this earlier and we saw this Kiana, then there's like a free kill on our end.
Okay.
Right. That's something to grow into. Like it's fine that that happens. Alright, here we see Kiana, so I'm like we can kind of just move up to here, and then like she'll move like this and like throw a Q here, and then she doesn't have a way to like go on us, and we can kind of like show these 2 idiots that Kiana's coming, and there's not much we gain by like staying here, but then like we kind of just make this mistake. Just happens.
Okay.
Just get season 10 champion or season 9. You know.
Okay. So what I should have done was check the brush with the Q first, right?
Uh, like not like obviously like earlier. Make sure you see Kiana actually move into there, because now we have no idea. And I think even if you check the bush with Q, then you still have the issue. But that's kind of weird
Okay.
situation. It's kind of niche.
I
Here,
mean, you say season 10 champion, but even if that was like a fizz or something, it would still been the same
yeah, same.
results.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I like ulting there, but it's kind of fine.
Yeah, I don't have damage
Mm-hmm.
because I don't have stacked seekers. So you asked for the auto cancel earlier. It was around
Yeah.
level 6 when I was CSing.
Mhm.
If you wanted to know about that.
Mhm.
Uh, I don't remember when actually.
Wait, let me turn on VOD.
I think it was a
She
little.
can't go for stuff on you.
I think it was
Yeah, yeah,
before I
because
backed, right?
does it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, here.
Look. The E, she's looking for it.
Yeah, it was okay.
We're
When I
gonna
cute
go
when the
for
cute
the
ball was in the
shove.
tower.
We don't go for shove.
If
Like
you wanted
we
to see
allow
that.
these minions to
Mhm.
basically kill your wave.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm. We just freeze this. Yeah. Khan's missing 2 waves. Still work.
Kind of have to. Should remember the time.
Oh, this
Sorry.
this probably.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
going
it's-
there is always bad.
Unlucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, right here.
Oh,
No,
Oh,
right
what?
here.
That bug. The
Wait. You
What?
see that right
Yeah, I
there?
saw it. Like what?
That's a bug on Ori I hate. When
What
the ball reattachment
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
on
I
this
just saw
caster
it. I
right
just
here.
saw it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I hate that. I always miss a few because of that.
That's so strange. I never knew. What the fuck? Yeah, thanks for saying. Yeah, I think that's kind of unlucky how everything happened. But I don't think it's necessarily like something to really focus on.
Not necessarily something to
It's
focus
not
on.
something to focus on.
Okay.
Thank you, Kiana. This is all fine. Yep, we can assist him there. I think EW is great here. This is
I
all
want a
fine.
W on top.
Hmm?
For
Okay.
the damage.
Okay, yeah, I think it's riskier. There's chance you don't get damage. Here I said, is this the time where I like, okay. So what I said here, specifically, is these guys are moving in here, these guys are kind of staying because they have big wave. This ward has like this vision circle almost.
Yeah.
So if they see you move like this, so if like your face moves up here, then they think, oh, okay, I'm gonna stay. And then, so what you do is you move your face up here, and then from this point on you go down. Instead
Okay.
of going this. Because if you go this, they're always gonna back off. If you go this, then like 75% of the time they're not gonna back off. 25% they're still gonna back off. And in the end you get the same result, like either you go back to lane or you actually manage to do it. So that's just kind of refinements. Yeah, they back off anyways. Yeah, this is around the time where we like die often for like little reasons. What happened here? Oh yeah. I missed the W, okay. Yeah. Can't
Yeah,
really do anything about that.
I shouldn't W someone who has a dash. I should W myself instead.
Yeah, but I don't think like that would even make much of a difference.
It was just something I think I did later on in that game too.
Yeah. Like a lot of this, man, this is kind of just bad play here. Greeting for the bard, but never works. I don't think there's like many things that happen here. There's some really nice plays, but nothing special, I think. There's quite some times where like your camera needs to be in certain spots to make decisions while it's not there, pretty much. You need to know certain things, but even that's of importance right now.
What do you mean by camera in certain places?
So basically, when you make a decision, you need to have you're basically choosing on one thing over other things, right?
Yeah.
So to make the decision, or like to make a good decision, make an informed decision, you need to know what all the other options, like what the other options are and how they look, right?
Yes.
So if you're choosing between like lanes at a specific time and you're not looking, then like right now this recall, you need to look at top lane because I don't know how many minions there are right now because map's weak. You need to
Okay.
kind of know what you're picking between. So you kind of just actually look at the lanes. Like right now, you look at top, great. Do look at mid though. Just kind of, there's nothing you miss for looking there. Absolutely nothing. And then maybe instead of chasing, you think, oh, going mid to get that wave is better. I don't know. I don't think the mid wave is big enough to do that, but we don't know. It's kind of just informing yourself to make good decisions. Like right here, we're gonna go to a fight. Just check out the fight right now. There we go. It's decent enough. We don't need to look at our self walk right now. We can just look at mid lane. We can look at the fight. Look at mid lane. Look at the fight. Fight's looking kind of over. Let's look at mid wave. Oh, let's look at bot wave for after because we know what's going on. Let's look top as well.
Okay.
That kind of stuff, basically. Because if you knew, then I think your decision might have been the same. But now there are kind of decisions randomly made instead of decisions made informed.
Okay.
And this comes through getting back better at minimap awareness, but also getting better at having your camera in places where they need to be. Like, yeah. It's basically like right now, really focus on gathering information. So basically, focus on improving your minimap awareness. Focus on making sure that you at all times know, like vaguely have an idea of what side the enemy jungler is on. So he's either here or like here, right? Try to get yourself to get a vague idea towards where the enemy jungler is on like what side he is, and then use that to play towards a different side of the mid lane, right? Um, yeah, as I said, like great ways to do this is like using videos on YouTube that say map or a gong, like something that repeats every X seconds, like 5 generally is good, and just repeatedly have that playing.
5 is the best interval, or
5 is a
is
good
it better to
interval.
be, or is the shorter the better?
5 is a good interval, 4 is fine. Really short's probably not good.
Okay.
I just look at 5 myself. Obviously, if you
Okay.
feel like you want to refine it more, then you can, but yeah. Yeah, that's mostly what I wanted to say. Like, really, really good job with your improvements to clicks, by the way. Like, it's really good to see.
Thank you.
It's really nice. Um, yeah, that's most of what I wanted to say. Any like questions or things? Or
Mm, uh, is it really just that simple? It's just not looking at myself, having as much, making sure to make use of the downtime, because there's
hmm.
obviously like a good amount of downtime not using. Is that really all that I should focus on? Isn't it?
Yeah, there will come more, but for this point, yes, it is like through improvements. The beginning is way more stuff than you get whenever you get further, right? Like clicking is also a lot that goes into it, but at this point, it like this really is as simple. Although most people wouldn't call it simple, probably. It really is as simple as looking at the minimap way more often, gathering the information to make sure you know what you're doing, what you're choosing in between, It really is just um yeah, it is like as simple as that. It's nothing more to it. It will like it helps a lot and it grows a lot and it's all towards refinement of what you have been doing, which is mostly like getting as much resources as possible, denying as much resources as possible, um, doing the best things you can do. But now you can actually make better educated decisions. While so far you've made very isolated lane decisions, and now you're basically adding the enemy jungler towards everything extra. Adding the fact that you actually have better information towards stuff, and then obviously this doesn't mean that you need to be like LS and you like spam everything all the time. He even himself says it's probably not optimal to like F key exactly as much as he does. But yeah, healthy amount of being aware of everything is very important. And then you can absolutely add like F keys to this as well, where you can practice F keys and getting better at it. Yeah.
Okay.
Anything else? Or?
So I'm, so I'm not actually changing anything with my champion whatsoever for
Yes.
the first
Yes.
time.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. This is the first and only time where you're not changing anything with your champion, which
Okay.
is a bit weird, but at the same time, like doing all of this extra is something that takes quite a bit of focus and mental effort to the point where um, adding something else extra on top of it is too much to focus on.
Okay. So I just want to get this
Yes.
to unconscious competence
Yes. Yes. Yes.
as everything else before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Which is like yeah. And then you go into the next thing, which is kind of like you can see all of this is what happens before as kind of setting up rules that show which is good, like what is good and which is bad. Um, the fourth step is basically um, giving you the info, like making sure you have the information necessary to make decisions, and making sure that um, being lazy and not looking at the map will never impede you in anything. And then the last step is pretty much breaking, like intentionally breaking certain rules in order to grow further,
Okay.
which we'll go into like next time.
Do you have any recommended videos for the mini map, or it's just something I
I
could look up? Doesn't really matter.
I recently lost the specific video, but it should be pretty easy to find. There's a lot of stuff on it, and
Okay.
even then, like as long as you get like the repeated noise exercise is really good. Something else you can do is like every time you go for a CS, you look minimap. Those two options are very good. Um, yeah, like so it's that simple really.
Okay.
Stuff gets yeah. I mean it's similar with like the clicks where clicks are quite advanced, but in the end it's kind of just do what you did before, but just click better. Yeah.
Okay.
Um. Yeah. Anything else? Like.
Uh, you have the link for this, or
Yeah. I'll,
this
I'll
next one?
upload this and then yeah. Let
Okay.
me
Thank
pause
you.
this as well.